this is going to be the second batch, which will be starting in the coming weeks. So without further ado, I would hand over the session to Dr. Anita, representing International Lean Six Sigma Institute from United Kingdom. So who is the greatest supporter for our accreditation programs. So I'll hand over the session to Dr. Anita, and at the same time, I'm warmly welcoming our one of the chief facilitators of our Lean Six Sigma program, Mr. Dharshana Karunarathna, joining us from Australia, who is going to be facilitating you all regarding the Lean Six Sigma practices that has been adapted in the Australian continent, I would say. So welcome, Dharshana. I know it's almost midnight probably in Australia at the moment. So thanks a lot for joining us. So Dr. Anita, so the session is all yours. So I'll hand over.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you so much for the warm welcome, Skillgate and team, and also Mr. Dharshana. Would you like to go first because it's too late for you in Australia? Like for me, it is just 1:30.
No, I'm pretty okay, Anita. Yeah, go ahead, and then I'll add up whatever maybe I can add from my end. I'm okay. I can spend another half an hour. It should be all right.
Okay, that should be fine. Okay, yeah. See, this is what Lean Six Sigma also teaches us a lot of resilience and flexibility. Great, but thank you for letting me speak first. Then, right? I'm Dr. Anita Stalin, and I'm a master black belt in Lean Six Sigma, and I'm a part of ILSSI, which is from Cambridge, England, but we are valid globally. Everywhere, and you must have seen the websites already. Have they already seen the website and they know the certifications and stuff?
Not in detail, Dr. Anita. I think better if you can just give a brief about that as well. Yes.
Sure, I'll do that. Let me share the screen. Okay, yeah, so this is ILSSI, which is International Lean Six Sigma Institute from Cambridge, England. Though it is in the UK, but we are with 92 partners and approximately 40 countries, and we are getting even better every time. Okay, I'm just going to click on OK. Yeah, this is our website, and you can also see Skillgate here because they are also a partner from Sri Lanka. They are the only partner from Sri Lanka, by the way. So if you want to get through ILSSI, you can only get through us through Skillgate. That is great. Here you can see our accredited partners, and all this is from our partners. And you can see several things, of course, but these are the certifications that ILSSI offers, which is the Lean Six Sigma Green Belt, Yellow Belt, Black Belt, Master Black Belt, also supply chain management. If anybody is into logistics and supply chain, you could do it, especially now in the Middle East, where people are moving within Asia, and also people from the UK and US coming into the Middle East for working with the logistics and supply chain management. Those students are also going for certified supply chain management along with Lean Six Sigma, so you would like to. And also from the healthcare department, whether it is from the hospital procurement or admin department or nurses, even doctors and surgeons. Instead of Lean Six Sigma, they like to be called certified lean healthcare practitioner, so they go for healthcare practitioner certification. And also, if any of you are certified quality professionals, you could go for that. And then we have our DFSS, Design for Lean Six Sigma. You don't have to take a separate one if you're already a black belt or a master black belt, but it is only about words in it. And we have some TPM practitioners as well, certified project manager. Especially when people do their PMP or Prince 2, and you know how difficult those tests are to crack the nut there. But ILSSI supports you with project management. If you have already done projects in Green Belt or Yellow Belt, you can submit them, and then there is a set of questions. Of course, a set of questions don't define you as a great project manager. But if you would like this certified project manager certification, you can submit a project, and of course you can avail the certificate. And these are other certificates on Agile and Agile project management, Scrum Master, etc. So you could come through Skillgate. Don't look at the price. The price is when you directly come to ILSSI, but when you go through Skillgate, they have special privileges to give to their students, so you could do it. If any of you are from, so we all Italian, Dutch, Arabic, Portuguese, Spanish, etc. If you're interested, you could go through it. And yeah, so this is a little bit about me. And more than talking about me, this introduction is about what Lean Six Sigma can do for you, right? So I'm a master black belt in Lean Six Sigma. I also work closely with the Union of Japanese and Scientists and Engineers, which is the JUICE, right from where Toyota starts, and all the Japanese lean words that you learn or will be learning is all from here, right? One of the directors of ILSSI, as you already saw, and I'm also part of the GET team. GET is Global Excellence Team, right? So if you are Lean Six Sigma expert, you can also head the PEX team, which is Process Excellence Team, or it could be Business Excellence Team, or it could be OPEX, Operational Excellence Team. So all of that comes under GET, right? So with this certification, if you want to set up a department in your own company, you can definitely do it with your Master Black Belt or even Green Belt certification, right? And yeah, so these are partial clients, all about, I come with like 24 years of experience. And wherever I worked, Lean Six Sigma helped me to boost, right? So I was a quality manager or a quality leader with all these companies, but it definitely supported me a lot with projects and stuff. And I work closely with the universities as well to support the faculties, because in the colleges now they have incorporated Lean Six Sigma Green Belt and Black Belt with their masters and PhD as well, right? So if you are already in a college and university, after you obtain this certificate, you can be the lecturer in your own college, right? And these are areas of expertise that you can see, something like OPEX or PEX or BEX or business excellence, redesigning, finance, management, all of that. Okay, so more than looking at it like my introduction, you can make a note of what can you do after obtaining the certificate from Skillgate, right? Yeah, of course, I'm a global ambassador. It took a long way, but it does. Yeah, this is Washington, D.C. healthcare partners. And they all did Lean Six Sigma project, and I did that with them as well. And they got awarded in Health 2.0 conference in Dubai in 2024. So if you, any one of you are doctors or surgeons or nurses, or if you are working in healthcare, then you know Lean Six Sigma is applicable there as well. In Washington, D.C. And Washington, D.C. is across the U.S., not only in Washington, right? Yes, this is ISRO, the research center. You would have heard about research center where, just like NASA, they would do all these space researches and rocket launches and all of that. So along with them, he's one of the quality leaders here, and I work closely with them, and we have supported telemedicine, and across the globe telemedicine works, and we have helped with making the process lean and improving the quality before it became telemedicine from actual human touch, right? Yeah, and this is enhancing education system also in India, not only across the globe, because I'm doing a lot of work in universities across the globe. So I thought, why not in our countries, and also in Sri Lanka, India, and most of the Asian countries, incorporating our Lean Six Sigma there, because children from our country are going to all other countries and doing wonders. Right, so this is the GET team, the Global Excellence Team, and you would have seen David Hutchins. So you see David Hutchins, he's an author and he's quite famous in the Lean Six Sigma family, and he heads the GET team, and he also runs the World Council for Total Quality Management. And this Quality Circle conference is held across the globe in several countries every year. And he is the one who is still alive and healthy. And he started from the pioneers of Lean Six Sigma, and he is also a part of ILSSI, by the way. He's also one of the directors. So He supports us. So you could also start a committee like this for quality in any country that you go or any industry that you work with. This is also a great avenue for you, right? And yeah, this is Dr. Hiroshi Osada, and they would like to translate the books with our, mostly in Japan, the problem is they have a lot of knowledge about Lean Six Sigma, but language becomes a barrier, isn't it? So people like you, of course, Sri Lankan, speak very good English, and we can all support the Japanese leaders to whether translate the books or whether whenever they go across the globe for their study. There's also Japan mission study that happens every year, and we definitely need a lot of supporters across the globe. So you could also go to JUSC, JUSC, after you obtain your Lean Six Sigma certification and try. Of course, they need young generation, the Gen Zs there, so you could support. He's Dr. Hiroshi Osada. Yeah, I'm also a part of World Femme Parliament, nominated from the UK, and I'm sure they would have not just found me because I am somebody great, but obviously because of my work in Lean Six Sigma. So you see, because of the work in Lean Six Sigma is why I got nominated to be one of the leaders. So not only for women, for men as well, because here as well we see two men leading, and they give me the power to lead. So it's definitely not not possible without the masculine support here, right? I'm also a part of WEFA, which is Women Entrepreneurship Forum in Africa, but I am a president for the Asian women entrepreneurs. Everything under the Asian globe. Whoever are entrepreneurs and our upcoming entrepreneurs, or everybody is also supporting the women entrepreneurs. So it is across the globe everywhere, right? So also in UAE, Lean Six Sigma is in vogue. Lean Six in the Middle East, especially whether it is Saudi or Qatar and Dubai, they have their a vision, isn't it? Vision 2030, Vision 2040. So if you would like to go ahead and just check their Vision 2030, 2040 of Saudi and Dubai and Qatar, you would know what they are up to. And they definitely need people like you who would build leadership there, and they want to build like 360 CEOs in the next 10 to 12 years. And of course, they would all need support like our leaders, and with the knowledge that you obtain from Skillgate is going to do wonders that you can support these countries as well, right? Yes, now Dharshana is going to be happy now because he knows who is he. Yeah. Matthew Hayden, of course, Matthew Hayden also uses Lean Six Sigma in his sports. So you see all the countries. The reason I showed you this presentation of my introduction is only to show you that across the globe, Lean Six Sigma is applicable everywhere, right? So this certification is definitely going to support you. The knowledge is going to support you, and how you implement all these tools everywhere is definitely going to support you, right? So Matthew Hayden, all those who love cricket, love him as well. Right, and yes, author and reviewer support as well. So all those who write would like to, I would just stop sharing now because it's too much of author and stuff like that. So, you could be one of them who can support the authors. You could be a ghostwriter. You could be a professor in several colleges across the globe. And they definitely need people like you, not only in your own company. In your own company, you feel there is no growth, I cannot do any Lean Six Sigma project or anything, come out of it. The whole world is waiting for you, isn't it? Yeah. So I just showed you the website. You can go through the website, and if you feel any of the certification is going to help you or support you, then you could definitely get in touch via Skillgate, and they will help you with the study material if you need, or any exams, or how it is going to help you in your progression is all going to support you. You can go through the website. By the way, we also have a conference in Bratislava in 2026. So, of course, I think Sharmi is definitely going to be a part of it. But if any of the students would also like to join, please come ahead. And it's a good networking networking platform for you. And also, Mr. Dharshana, if you want to, please come and join us along with Sharmi and team and Kushan. We'll be happy to meet all of you. And also, the students will get an opportunity to meet all the pioneers of Six Sigma as well. So, yeah, that is the conference. Yeah, if we have any questions, I'm happy to take any questions now, or if you have any questions later, you could also get through us. And we also have an AMA session, by the way, especially for our partner student, which is Ask Me Anything with a master black belt from Lean Six Sigma. Most of the times it is me. So that's a 1 hour session, and we conduct every month. And we would let Shermi and team know about when it is. So it is like an online session. If you need any support, like for your progression plan, your project, or whether you're going to any country or new companies, if you need any support, then we are happy to support you with that as well. That's a free session for all Skillgate students, by the way. Okay. Yeah, that's about me. And before Mr. Dharshana says, "Oh, Anita, you're talking too much," it's already night for me. I would love to listen to Mr. Dharshana as well. Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you, Dr. Anita. Thanks for the wonderful introduction and taking the students through your journey, as well as giving the background of the ILSSI as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Dharshana, over to you.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Dr. Anita, for lovely introduction. And then, as Kushan mentioned, it's very impressive, and then full detail. And then, of course, to see your career, definitely, I believe that will give some insights to other students who are joining today as well. So thanks, Kushan, inviting me and then giving time to talk to the students as well. Probably I will not go into too much detail about the global context, because Dr. Anita has already touched the how Lean Six Sigma can contribute to, and then you as a professional and then qualified person in Lean Six Sigma, what sort of opportunities you got. I will be probably focusing a bit more into the Australian context, and then before I start on talking about Australia, so I'm not sure, Kushan. I think in some of the introductory material you would have shared my profile as well. So I will briefly touch a couple of my background. So I graduated from production engineering from University of Peradeniya in 2001, and then I joined to Nestlé pretty much after graduation, and then uh, worked in a couple of areas, predominantly in production, and then later I got involved in SAP implementation project in Nestlé India, Nestlé Sri Lanka as well. Then I got into a continuous improvement manager, industrial performance manager. So that's the title. That is where I met Kushan as well. And then after few years, I was going back to production as a production manager. Spent a couple of years there. Then at some point, I decided to leave Nestle, just only because of migrating to Australia. So I came to Australia, and I was lucky enough to join Nestle Australia as well, because it's not an internal transfer from Nestle to Nestle. So probably one of the key skill set which I carried from Nestle Sri Lanka was again a lean TPM experience, where I got working as a continuous improvement manager and driving. We had a very specific initiative called Nestle Continuous Excellence, which is a global initiative where we really focused on lean TPM, and then of course that is where we got the certification as well. Of course, that is the internal certification. Nestle being a global company, so they had their own resources, and then they provide certification up to green belt, and then people like Kushan, so they got that certification, and then after they leave Nestle, so they got external certification as well. So that is how Nestle worked around these lean TPM initiatives. And coming back to my story, so I joined Nestle Australia again, worked a couple of years in the continuous improvement performance, and then operations roles as well. And after that, again, I worked in another global leading dairy company called Lactalis. It's a French company, you may have heard. So now they have in fact acquired just a dairy company, get into a different field, printing industry, and then few other areas to get a bit different exposure, which really helped me to grow myself. And then currently I am working back in production, back in manufacturing company called Melrose Health. We are pretty much focusing on the supplement product. So that's where I'm right now. Going back to our topic, Lean Six Sigma, again focusing more on in Australia. Australia, you may have heard last 20 years there's a huge shift in the manufacturing industry. If you just Google, even you can collect a lot of information. There is a huge automobile industry. That is where a lot of our German tech qualified people migrated to Australia, but unfortunately, because of the high labor cost, so they gradually close down all these manufacturing facilities, and then they are pretty much depending on only the service providing to the all these automobile users, basically the car vehicle owners. And then it heavily depending on being a huge continent, it's a huge land area, massive land area. So logistic is one of the biggest um, uh, industry, I should say, because there are different states very specifically they are producing like fruits and then vegetables, wines, or different the areas focus and manufacture different commodities, so that those needs to be transferred across all these states. So that is where logistic become a real big industry here. And so I'm trying to link how Australia operating versus how someone got this lean TPM experience, knowledge, can contribute to the Australian economy as a professional. So now, if you think about leans and then even Six Sigma, so they talk about reducing waste and then minimizing waste, basically to add only focus on the value added activities in value chain. So being logistic is a huge industry here, so definitely one can understand how much important to have a professional knowledge, professional skill set around these areas, where how you can contribute to the logistics operation in Australia. Because end of the day, as I said, the labor costs are one of the biggest contributor in Australian production and then services as well. So because of that, it is really important to understand how someone can contribute if someone is joining to a company, how to reduce the non-value adding activities and then focusing on the value adding activities. So that is where your Lean Six Sigma activities, the knowledge can definitely help. And coming back to the manufacturing, because food being obviously you can't, and also something very specific to these people, especially Australians, they like to consume Australian made products. So every most of the our consumables, when you go to supermarket, you can see there's a logo with how much Australian manufacturing contributed to this particular product, chocolate or any drinks or anything. So they mention there's a scale. In that scale, you can see either raw material sourced from Australia or completely manufacturing from Australia. So that really add value to the consumers, and then they prefer to buy that sort of heavily locally manufactured products. So because of that, still there are some industries, especially as I mentioned, wine.
You're on mute, Mr. Dharshana.
Dharshana, you're on mute, Dharshana.
Right. People can really contribute to the manufacturing industry here, and even the automobile industry is not really active right now, but still service industry is quite big, even education and then other services and manufacturing industry in food and beverages sector. Like there are still quite a lot of giant operating in Australia, Nestlé, Fonterra, and all different, for example, Lactalis. So there are huge companies operating. So people who got the experience, got the knowledge in Lean Six Sigma definitely can play a bigger role. And obviously, I think if anyone is interested in migrating, you may have already seen skill migration is the best option to come into Australia. I know some people come student as well, but there's a long way to get into the permanent residency status if you come on that pathway as a student. But if you come under skill migration, so they are straight away getting into the permanent residency pathway. So that is one of the best. As a personally, I recommend if you can get into that pathway, so that is the best way to migrate to Australia. Again, now when you come here, having these qualifications definitely add value, and then it would be an advantage for you to get into a proper job, and then start your career without a lot of interruptions if you're transferring from Sri Lanka to Australia. I think, and also personally, as Dr. Anita was also mentioned, I don't know anyone if you have heard about normally we call people, there are different ratios how people learn. So we have a ratio called 70-20-10. So only 10% of the classroom education will people will learn from only 10% from the classroom education. But the important thing is, without that 10%, even though 10% is a small portion of our 10%, you can't really practice yourself, or rather 20% is getting support from someone, and then like observing when other person is doing, and then probably getting coached, and 70% is doing by yourself. That is how you learn. But the catch is you can't learn 70% if you don't have that 10% classroom knowledge. That is where the certifications are really important to get the basics right, and then only you can start practicing and then observing if someone is doing, and learning, going through this learning curve. So that is where it's very important for us to understand having that standard, learn correctly through professionals, and then only you can really practice those when you really get into your hands-on experience. So it is really important to get that basics right. Then only you will get a proper understanding of any subject. I think, Kushan, that's pretty much I have to cover, unless otherwise if anyone got any specific questions, or even Kushan, you want to highlight anything?
I think students, if you have any questions regarding, especially, I'll be taking you through the content part a little later, after the session. So if you have any specific questions, like the type of, the qualification that is being looked at in the manufacturing or the services domain in Australian markets, because why we specifically brought in Dharshana is not only because of he has this extensive knowledge in manufacturing, but also not only he's having this domain experience in the operational excellence, but also he's in Australia, and we have many professionals in different countries whom we are working with. But a lot of Sri Lankans actually do go to Australia. It's more like second home to Sri Lankans at the moment. So that's why we thought of getting Dharshana connected to Lean Six Sigma program, and as well as our manufacturing programs. So if you have any questions regarding how well these certifications are looked at in the Australian market, I think Dharshana explained it well. But if you have any further clarification required, so please take, this is the time for you. By the way, මේ program එක English වලින් විතරක් යන එකක් නෙමෙයි. අපි both the languages පාවිච්චි කරනවා. So we just gave a startup because Anita is joining from overseas. ඒකින්ද අපි තමයි මේක English වලින් පටන් ගත්තේ. But going forward අපි මේකේ languages දෙකම පාවිච්චි කරනවා. ඔයාලට ඕන language එකකින් ප්‍රශ්න අහන්න පුළුවන්. ඒක කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. සිංහල ඉංග්‍රීසි කියන languages දෙකෙන් ඔයාලට ප්‍රශ්න අහන්න පුළුවන්. මොකද කෙනෙක්ට හිතෙන්න පුළුවන් අපි මේක තනිකරම English වලින් යන program එකක් කියලා. එහෙම නැහැ. So ඔයාලට freedom එක තියෙනවා ඕන language එකෙන් ප්‍රශ්න අහන්න. එහෙම නැත්නම් ඔයාලට chat එකෙන් උනත් message කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඔයාලට තියෙන මොන හරි ප්‍රශ්න clarify කරගන්න. හරි. ඒකින්ද බය වෙන්න එපා. ප්‍රශ්න අහන්න කිසිම වෙලාවක ලැජ්ජා වෙන්න එපා. මම හිතනවා ඒක හොඳ opportunity එකක් ඔයාලට දේවල් clarify කරගන්න. මොන හරි ගැටලු ප්‍රශ්න ක්ලියර් කරගන්න තියෙනවා නම් ඔයාලට පුළුවන් අපිට කතා කරන්න. එහෙම නැත්නම් chat එකේ message එකක් එවන්න.
All right. Kushan කිව්වාගේ මොන හරි ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් chat එකෙන් දාන්න. මේ it's 11 p.m. right now. මම work a lot of join the line. I might be leaving, but again, I'm happy to answer any questions if you have, and otherwise, I will see you when you guys are starting the course, and once you register to the course. So definitely, I will see you with more specific examples, and then I'm happy to share my experience and then the knowledge as we continue with the program.
Thank you, Dharshana. Thanks a lot. Quickly take through කරොත් එහෙම background එක සහ company එකේ background සහ මගේ background එක. මොකද මම program එකේ chief facilitator සහ මේ course content design කරනකොට දර්ශන සහ අනිකුත් professionals ඔක්කොම එකතු කරගෙන course content design කරනකොට so මම මේක මැදිහත් වුණා මුලින් ඉඳන්ම දැන් අවුරුදු 4කට 5කට කලින් ඉඳන්ම. so ඒකෙදී මම මගේ background ඉස්සලා explain කරලා ඉන්නම්. මම කුෂාන් අමරසිංහ. මම දැනට Finagle Lanka කියන ලංකාවේ තියෙන largest industrial bakery එකේ chief executive officer හැටියට වැඩ කටයුතු කරනවා. එතකොට මම මුලින්ම මගේ career එක පටන් ගන්නේ Nestlé ආයතනයෙන් 2010 දී management trainee කෙනෙක් හැටියට. මම join වෙන්නේ ඇත්තටම දර්ශන යටතට. දර්ශන තමයි මගේ first boss. එතකොට operational excellence කියන department එකට අපි join වෙන්නේ industrial performance කියන නමින් ඒ දවස්වල ගියේ. So I was there for like nearly 4 years working in operational excellence, looking after nearly 44 manufacturing resources in terms of operational excellence deployment. So we had only one department, myself and Dharshana, who was the industry performance head. And then we have another project going on called the Nestlé Continuous Excellence. So we rolled out Nestlé Continuous Excellence through our department. So we got our, the total experience in terms of how to roll out operational excellence in a multinational environment. So you can understand the scope. And been there for 4 years and then moved to supply chain for 3 years, looking after warehouse, external contract manufacturing and all those facilities. And after that, I joined Coca-Cola as the head of manufacturing back in 2017. From 2017 to 2021, I was there looking after the entire Coca-Cola manufacturing operation in Sri Lanka. So looking after 4 bottling plants. And there we had a TPM Excellent Award received factory, and I was deploying Six Sigma there. Lean was predominantly being embedded to the systems and the manufacturing technology. So I was mostly focusing on the Six Sigma fundamentals being deployed at Coca-Cola because it was not there. And we became the best supply chain division back-to-back for 2 consecutive years out of all the global plants in Bottling Investment Group. So, and then I joined Asian Paints and Causeway Paints, both the companies as as a merger, which came as a merger back in 2021. So I joined as the national operations head. So Asian Paints and Causeway Paints is basically the largest paint manufacturer in Sri Lanka as a combined company. So I joined there as the national operations head, looking after both the companies' end-to-end supply chain operations. So I was there for like 1.5 years nearly, and then joined Finagle back in 2023, and I'm there ever since. So throughout my career, about last 15 plus years, I have been carried multiple projects, like I would say nearly 100 plus DMAC projects as of now in Six Sigma, and all projects put together, I would say more than 200, 250 projects in different companies, different industries. So that's basically my domain experience in terms of the operational excellence. Predominantly, I'm coming from food and beverage background, but at the same time, I have experience in the manufacturing, the paints manufacturing. But at the same time, I have working with other professionals. So the industry point of view, I have a kind of understanding about how other industries work. So apart from my the professional the background. In terms of my educational background, I'm coming from a food science and technology background as my first discipline, and did my master's in supply chain management, did my second master's in financial economics from University of Colombo, and I did my CIM, that is a marketing qualification, and also got my Six Sigma certification from Nestlé, and then got from ILSSI, which is basically most accredited certification body. And then I got currently, I'm reading for my doctorate from University of Colombo. I'm doing my research on operational excellence, sustainability. So, and at the same time, I'm serving different committees in Sri Lanka, Ceylon Chamber of Commerce, Executive Committee in the Food and Beverage, and the Sri Lanka Food Process Association, and all Ceylon Bakery Owners Association, Lanka Confectionery Manufacturer Association. So likewise, I'm serving in multiple committees to understand how the industry moves and what sort of trends and in what sort of regulations that we need to work with, in order to make sure that the industry thriving forward. So that's the background about myself. So just to give a perspective of your lead facilitator for this Lean Six Sigma program. And along with me, there will be a few other trainers who will be joining this program. I'll I'll introduce those trainers in the coming slides. So I'm not going to too much of detail of the company's vision and mission, because basically we are looking at, giving you kind of a customized training programs and the course programs where you will be equipped to a level that you will become a best fit to the industry's requirements. So that's our objective that we are trying to achieve. So as of now, we serve in 3 pillars: consulting, course programs, and trainings. So we started off very small, but we grew very quickly. I would say very quickly, to deliver largest programs in the Sri Lankan context. And we well received recommendations from the students, because of we share knowledge that we actually experience in the industry. So we don't talk about theories much. We talk about theories as well as we talk about how these things are practically applied in the industry. So that is what most important for the students like yours. Okay, and so we came up with multiple programs. Initially, we started off with yellow belt, white belt, and then yellow belt, green belt, and now we are even serving black belt for the last many years. So we have now online classes as well as physical classes. We have simulation-based training programs, I would say. So you will really love these simulation-based training programs, where you will get the hands-on experience on how to execute projects. Okay. So basically, I think Anita explained the certifications that you have at the moment: white belt, yellow belt, green belt, and black belt. And also you can have TPM certification program from us, advanced certification in manufacturing management program, advanced certificate in occupational health and safety program, lean for HR, Minitab essentials, 5S. Likewise, we have programs. And also we do have very customized, highly customized operational excellence leadership training program called the Spartans, and that we do to companies on site. It's not an online program. So talking about the certificate, the accreditation. So as Anita mentioned, so you are partnered with a company. You're going to get your qualification or the accreditation from a company which is partnered with the 2 most decorated international institutes in the world, I would say. So ILSSI representing from UK, and then IASSE from USA. So you can search for these companies, and you can go to AI and ask their credibility and how well they are received, and you can see these companies are coming on top in terms of recognition. So, and also we are the only certified ISO certified company in Lean Six Sigma domain at the moment. Okay, so that's also something that you can remember, which tells us about our process that we adapt. We have very stringent education, the LMS based learning mechanism. You will be given access to LMS. All the course modules are uploaded to LMS, and your continuous assessments are being uploaded to LMS, and you get your the entire course content, and you can have interaction sessions, and everything is well managed within our LMS system. Okay. This is the team, the small team that is running the skillgate operations as of now. And also we have a small backend team as well, but this is the front end team. And these are the trainers whom you are going to meet in coming weeks or coming months, I would say. You will be meeting Manish, who is my guru in terms of when it comes to Six Sigma. He was the former zone AOA head at Nestlé, Asia, Oceania, and Africa regional head for operational excellence or focus improvement, I would say. So currently he's the head of performance at IFCO. So you can Google these companies and you can understand sort of companies that they work for, because that matters a lot, because that carries the wealth of knowledge. And IFCO is one of the largest companies, FMCG companies in UAE, a $1 billion company, I would say. Then myself, Kushan, and then Praveen joining from CBL as the head of operations. Dr. Tilineapa joining from Ansel, but earlier he was at Coca-Cola, Nestlé's, Heineken. He was the person who deployed TPM at Heineken out. And then you can talk to anyone from these companies and understand their level of work. Dharshana, you already met, joining from Australia. Dhammika is joining from the government sector. He's a senior statistician. He brings a lot of knowledge in terms of statistics, because we have stat strongly coming in under Six Sigma. And then you have Sunit joining from Asian Paints, but earlier he was the director supply chain at Hemas. And then Chatura joining from Domino's as the country head of supply chain. And then we have Vinoy joining from Melbourne. Anrud, the factory manager at Unilever CT factory. Nuan, the CEO at Melbourne. Sellers. Then Iranga joining from CBL as the HR. So they are different, conducting different programs. So you will not see all of them in the under Lean Six Sigma, but you will find some of them under Lean Six Sigma course program. So we do have very good convocation ceremonies as well. So this is one of the ceremonies that we had for the final year 2023 and 2024. Our this year convocation scheduled in August, and where we will be graduating all the black belt students who had completed their projects and got their certification done. Okay, so we usually have it in Jet 7. So that's about the company and a brief background about the trainers. Right now, with that, I'll be giving you a small intro about the certification. You got an understanding. Now I'm going to give a brief introduction about what this is all about. What is Lean, what is Six Sigma, and what is this Lean Six Sigma, and what's the hype about Lean Six Sigma, and why people say that we need to talk about Lean Six Sigma. Okay, so I'm going to talk about that. But before moving to that, do you have any questions that you would like me to clarify regarding the company and the certification, so on and so forth? I'll be talking about the class structures and how the sessions, how the sessions is going to get arranged, how the timing is going to be. We're going to talk about those things later on. But other than what I have explained in the presentation slide, do you have any questions from that? Otherwise, I'll be moving to my next presentation where we talk about the Lean Six Sigma in the fundamentals. No questions. Oh, I'm getting a small question, it seems. So, okay. So I think I get a question from Dimut. Man Dimut ahana ප්‍රශ්නය මං හිතන අනිත්යට ඇති. හොඳ ප්‍රශ්නයක්, ඒ වගේම පොඩක් ට්‍රිකි ප්‍රශ්නයක්. By the way, අපි මේක බොහොම hina වෙලා බොහොම සතුටෙන් අපි ලර්නින් කරන process එකක් අපේ තියෙන්නේ. නැතුව මං හිතන්නේ ගොඩාක් මෙතන ඇත්තේ ළමයි යුනිවර්සිටි වල ඉගෙන ගත්තු කට්ටිය ඇති, external institutes වල ඉගෙන ගත්තු කට්ටිය ඇති. මේක strict බොහොම rigid structure එක යන learning mechanism because this is adult learning basically, right? So we learn in both the ways, and you learn referring to more and more material. ඒක හින්දා මේක adult learning mechanism එකක්. ඉතින් මෙතනදී අපි strongly believe කරනවා adult learning mechanism එකකදී අපි කියලා දෙන්නට අමතරව ඔයාලා තව දේවල් හොයාගන්න ඕනේ කියලා. ඒ වගේම තමයි මේ Lean Six Sigma කියන course content එක අරගත්තට පස්සේ මම මේ දිමුත් දෙන උත්තරේ මම හිතනවා ඉතරත් වැදගත් වෙයි. මේක ඇත්තටම ගත්තොත් අපි කියන්නේ අර මේ MBA එකක් හෝ bachelor's degree එකක් වගේ අපිට මේක compare කරන්න යන්න එපා. අපි දන්නවා සාමාන්‍යයෙන් මමත් bachelor's කරලා තියෙන හින්දා මම කියන්නේ. එතකොට university degrees කරලා තියෙන හින්දා ඒවා undermine කරනවා නෙමෙයි මම කියන්නේ. අපිට ඒ වගේ දේවල් recording එකක් බලලා කියවලා තේරුම් ගන්න පුළුවන්. මේකත් පුළුවන්. දැන් ඔයාලා මේ වෙලාවේ ගිහිලා chat GPT එක ගහලා මොකද Lean Six Sigma කියලා අහුවොත් ඔයාලට අවශ්‍ය කරන ඒ informations ටික ගන්න පුළුවන් නේ. So then why you join this program? There's more to it, right? So if you can learn everything from AI, which is no doubt, right? You can learn everything from AI at the moment. But you still come here. Why? It's not only because of the certification. I'm pretty much sure that it's not only because of the certificate, right? Certificate එක හින්දා විතරක් නෙමෙයි. ඒට වඩා මෙතනින් ගිහිල්ලා තියෙන දෙයක් ඒ තමයි ඔයාලා තේරුම් ගන්න උත්සාහ කරනවා මේ theoretical content එක විතරනේ මේක කොහොමද මේක පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ වැඩ කරන ස්ථානවල. මොකද අර අපි කතා කරපු bachelor's degrees වල අපි කතා කරන content වල වඩා මේකේ කතා කරන හැම වචනයක්ම හැම දෙයක්ම අපි වැඩ කරන ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රි එකේ වැඩ කරන ස්ථානයේදී අපි කියනවා වැඩපොළ කියලා කියනවා. එහෙම නැත්නම් කර්මාන්ත ශාලාව වෙන්න පුළුවන්, ඔෆිස් එක වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ ස්ථානවලට මේක හැම ආකාරයකම ඇප්ලයි කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඔයාලා සරලම විදිහට හිතලා බලුවොත් එimhe 5S වලින් පටන් ගමුකෝ. 5S කියන එක ඔයාලට දැන් AI පාවිච්චි කරලා Claude හරි Gemini හරි ChatGPT හරි පාවිච්චි කරලා මොකද්ද 5S කියනකොට ඔයාලට අවශ්‍ය කරන content එක දැනගන්න පුළුවන්. හැබැයි 5S implement කරන්නේ කොහොමද? මොකද්ද implement කරපු කට්ටියක තියෙන experience එක? මොනවද ආපු hurdles? කොහොමද මේ hurdles navigate කරන්නේ? ඔය knowledge එක අපි කියන්නේ tacit knowledge එක කියලා. වැඩ කිරීම හරහා අපි උපයා ගන්නා දැනුමක්. ඒක AI එකට එකපාර දෙන්න බෑ. මම කියන්නේ ඒක දෙන්න බැරි වෙයි ජීවිත කාලෙටම කියලා. තව අවුරුදු 50ක් 60ක් යනකොට ඔය knowledge එක එයාට දෙන්න පුළුවන් මේ artificial general intelligence එනකොට, AGI එනකොට. හැබැයි දැනට දෙන්න බෑ යාට. හරි? එතකොට මේ knowledge එක වලට හරියට කරපු කට්ටියගේ මේවා practically කරලා implement කරලා prove කරලා results පෙන්නපු කට්ටියක ඉගෙන ගන්න එකේදී තියෙනවා ලොකු අර slides වල නැති සෑහෙන පිටිපස්සේ part එකක් දිමුත්. එතකොට ඔයාට අර වීඩියෝ එක බැලුවා කියලා course book එක බැලුවා කියලා ඔයාට ඉගෙන ගන්න පුළුවන් බොහොම පුංචි ප්‍රමාණයයි. ඒක ඔයාට AI එකකිනුත් ඉගෙන ගන්න පුළුවන් සමහරලාට. ඒකේ හින්දා අපේ company එකේ policy එකක් හැටියට අපි recordings generally දෙන්නේ නැහැ students ලට. ඒක කරන්නෙම discourage කරන්න ළමයි recordings බලලා class එකට join වෙනකොට recordings බලලා ඉගෙන ගන්නවා කියන මේ discourage කරන්න. මම ඒක කියන්නේ අයි අපේ තියෙන true intent එක මොකක්ද කියලා. At the end of this program you will have an exam. මේක ඉවරලා ඔයාලට exam එකක් තියෙනවා. And I'm telling you it's a pretty much of a practical exam. ඒ කියන්නේ online exam එකක් තියෙන සහ සමහර කට්ටියට physical exam එකක් තියෙනවා. Practical කියලා මම mean කරන්නේ you can't just answer those questions just by මේ subject දැනගත් පළේන උත්තර දෙන්න බෑ ඒකට. ඒ කියන්නේ මොන හරි slide එකක් කියවපු පළේට උත්තර දෙන්න බෑ ඒකේ. You need to kind of relate it to the practical environment. Calculations කරන්න තියෙනවා. ගණන් හදන්න තියෙනවා. එතකොට එහෙම කරන්න නම් ඔයාලට මේ course එකත් එක්ක මේ මාස 3 මේ time commitment එක දාන්න වෙනවා. අනිත් පැත්ත මම කියන්නම් එහෙම නොකරලා ඔයාලා හිතන්නකෝ අපි බොරුවට පාස් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. මොකද LMS එකෙන් දෙන්නෙන් දෙයා ඔයාලා online paper එකට exam එක ලියන් තියෙන. ඒ වෙලාවෙම ඔයාලා result එකක් එනවා. So it is completely managed by the system. හරි pass නම් pass fail නම් fail. අනිත් දේ මම කියනවා ඔයාලා මොනවා හරි ක්‍රමයක් කරලා කටපාඩම් කරලා pass වුණා කියලා හිතන්නකෝ. ඔයාලා ඔය knowledge එක අරගෙන ඔයා ඔක certification එක අරගෙන මම Lean Six Sigma green belt හරි black belt හරි කියන්නේ ඔයාලා industry එට එනවනේ. නැත්තම් ඔයාලා අලුත් තැනකට join වෙනවා කියලා හිතන්නකෝ. You have to prove that you know this thing. People will be relying on you. ඒක වෙන්නේ නැහැ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ඔයාලා bachelor's degree එකක් හරි MBA එකක් හරි ගත්තා කියලා. ඔයාලා හොඳටම දන්නවා. ඔයාලා bachelor's MBA එක complete කරා කියලා company එකේ ඉන්න ඔයාලගේ bossලා ඇවිල්ලා අහන්නේ හරි මට ඉතින් හෙට MBA එකේ කරපු දේවල් ටික මට මේ company එකට apply කරන්න පටන් ගන්න කියලා. right? It doesn't happen that way. But here companies demands that. So you know Lean Six Sigma, right? So why don't you show your colors now? So you take on this project, you solve this problem. Now show me the results. Then how are you going to do? So I'm telling you, this is not something that you can just show in a paper and say, hey, look here, I have this Lean Six Sigma, green belt, black belt, and boast about it. No, you can't. It's not like a bachelor's degree. It's not like MBA. You have to show results. You have to go to workplace and apply this. Otherwise, you will become a joke. I'm telling you. So it's not going to work like that. So Dimuth, අපිට ඔයාලට recordings දෙන එක කරන්න පුළුවන් ඒක ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. For a very specific reason. But since you say that you have working hours clashing with our program, we need a letter from your company saying that you will not be able to join. Okay. So we are very strict on that. So we can still issue. But මොන හරි ළමයට recording එක ගන්න ඕන නම් ඒකට request එක කලින් දාලා තියන්න ඕනේ justify එකක් ඕනේ. Otherwise we generally don't give the recordings. I'm telling this in advance to tell you that we are expecting you to be in the class. All right. So this is a bit of all school kind of a feeling you might get, but we are doing it simply because thinking about you're going to fail the exam. Otherwise, we don't want you to fail the exam. Okay. Aruni Hanayatare, sir, my passion is the QA field. Is this program? My goodness. So Six Sigma is all about quality. So pretty much, yes. So Six Sigma predominantly reduces the waste, the defects. So yes, so reducing defects means improving the quality. So all the QA guys, they should know the Six Sigma fundamentals and how to use the knowledge in Six Sigma to solve the problems, tackle the defects, and improve the quality. So Aruni, pretty much yes, you should have it. You should have a black belt, I would say, definitely. So please, ask questions. ඔයාලගේ ප්‍රශ්න එවන්න chat එකේ මම content එක පොඩ්ඩක් ඉස්සරහට යන්න. ඒ අතර ඔයාලා තියෙන දැනන ප්‍රශ්න අහන්න පුළුවන්. මම බලන්නම් උඩරිම complete කරන්න පුළුවන් කියලා, but බැරි වුණොත් at least I'll try to give you the gist of the whole program. Okay? So Lean Six Sigma කියන එක අපි apply කරන්න කලින් මුලින් බලන්න ඕනේ අපිට ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද කියන එක. ඒතකොට work place එකේ ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් තමයි Lean Six Sigma අපිට පාවිච්චි කරන්න පුළුවන්. ප්‍රශ්න නැති work place එකක් තන ප්‍රශ්න නැති work place එක Lean Six Sigma වල අවස්ථාවක් නැහැ. දැන් උතර මම ප්‍රශ්නේ අරන් යනවා අනිත් පැත්තෙන්. එහෙම ප්‍රශ්න නැති ආයතන තිබේද? එහෙම ඒවා නැත. හරි? එහෙම ඒවා ලංකාවේ කොහෙත්ම නැත. So there are a lot of problems, delays to defects to rising cost, right? Labor idling, labor inefficiencies, breakdowns, so many issues. So definitely the Lean Six, this knowledge gonna help you massively to accelerate your career. මම ඔයාලට චූටි හින්ට් එකක් දෙන්නම්. ඔයාලට Lean Six Sigma කරාම ඔයාලගේ career එකට එන impact එක. ඔයාලා Lean Six Sigma දැනගත්තට පස්සේ ඔයාලා ඒක හරහා projects කරොත් එහෙම, improvements කරොත් එහෙම ඔයාලා ටක් ගාලා highlight කරනවා වැඩ කරන ස්ථානවල. මොකද ඔයාලා වැඩ කරලා වැඩ පෙන්නන හින්දා. ඒතර organization එකක් generally performance driven නම් ඒ organization performance කියන එක recognize කරන organization එකක් නම් ටක් ගාලා ඔයා pick වෙනවා he's a good performer කියලා. And then you will have an accelerated career growth, which is in fact happened to me, right? I come from science domain. Now I am a CEO. I became a CEO at the age of 37. So that all happened because of the support came from the operational excellence, because wherever I go, I try to do improvements. Okay? So if you have problems, so මෙතන මේ slide එකේ summarize කරලා තියෙන ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් මේ වගේ දේවල් වලට පේන්න තියෙනවා නම් work overload වෙන්න පුළුවන් hassle නම් people don't know what to do, so then there's a scope for Lean Six Sigma, definitely, which is the case. So Lean and Six Sigma, දැන් ඔයාලා බලද්දී මොකද්ද මේ Lean Six Sigma? Are they both the same or different? No. Two different concepts brought together. Lean is one, Six Sigma is another thing. Okay? So earlier these two concepts were practiced separately. Lean practice करे separately, Six Sigma practice करे separately. පස්සේ තේරුම් ගත්ත companies සහ practitioners ලා මේ දෙකම එකට practice කරන්න ගත්තොත් you can leverage the plus side or the benefits of both the sides. Okay? So you can leverage the competencies of both the sides. ඒකින්ද දැන් අපි Lean Six Sigma කියන එක එකට combine කරලා අපි practice කරන්න පටන් ගන්නවා. ඒතර Lean එකේ Six Sigma එකේ තියෙන වෙනස තමයි අපි ගත්තොත් predominantly කතා කරලා conceptual level එකේදී Lean වල තියෙන efficiency focus එකක්. Lean වලින් හැම වෙලෙම බලන්නේ අඩු දායකත්වයෙන් අඩු input එකකින් වැඩිපුර ප්‍රමාණ නිෂ්පාදනය කරන්න. වැඩිපුර throughput එකක් ගන්න, speed එක වැඩි කරන්න, waste එක අඩු කරන්න, value එක වැඩි කරන්න. efficiency තමයි focus එක. Six Sigma එක ගත්තොත් එහම හරි define scope එක තියෙන එක. Six Sigma ගත්තොත් හරි focus defects තමයි අඩු කරන්න හදන්නේ. ඒ කියන්නේ දෝෂ සහගත නිෂ්පාදන, ඔයාගේ නිෂ්පාදන වල තියෙන service එකේ තියෙන දෝෂ සහගත දේවල්, වැරදි වෙන ඒවා අඩු කරන එක තමයි. වැරදීම් වෙන එක අඩු කරන එක තමයි Six Sigma වල focus එක. ඒක අපි කියනවා effectiveness focus එකක් කියලා. Okay? So efficiency focus and effectiveness focus. එතකොට මේ Lean හරහා ඇත්තටම කරන්නේ ඔයා යම් කිසි ආකාරයකින් value එකක් create කරන process එක දිහා බලලා ඒක හොඳම process එකද කියලා study කරලා ඉවරලා ඒ process එක simplify කරලා තව value එක add කරලා නැත්නම් value එක add කරන value එක වැඩි කරලා customer තෘප්තිමත් කිරීම හරහා වැඩිපුර නිෂ්පාදන ධාරිතාවයක් අලෙවි ධාරිතාවයක් වර්ධනය කර ගැනීමෙන් ලාභාංශ වර්ධනය කර ගැනීම. එතකොට මේ Lean කියන සංකල්පය ඇත්තටම evolve වෙන්නේ ලෝකයේ තියෙන ලොකුම කම්පනියක් වෙන Toyota සමාගම හරහා. නැත්නම් මේ සංකල්පය පටන් අරගෙන ප්‍රැක්ටිස් කරගත්තේ මුලින්ම Toyota කියන සමාගම. Toyota කියන සමාගම ගැන මම හිතනවා ඔයාලට අමුතුවෙන් මම කියන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. අපි හැමෝම දන්නවා Toyota වාහන ගොඩක් reliable කියලා. අපි අහලා තියෙනවානේ Toyota වාහන ගත්තාම හරි reliable. ප්‍රශ්න නැහැ. ප්‍රශ්න අඩුයි. යුරෝපියන් වාහන වගේ නෙමෙයි. එතකොට මෙහෙම reliable පද්ධතියක් හදාගන්න, manufacturing ක්‍රමවේදයක් හදාගන්න එයාලට පුළුවන් උනේ ඇත්තටම ගත්තොත් මේ Toyota production system එක හරහා. ඒ Toyota production system එක ගත්තොත් එimhe ඒකේ තියෙන essence අරන් බැලුවොත් එහෙම ඒකේ තියෙන lean. Lean කියන්නේ සිහින් කියන එක. කෙට්ටු කියන එක. හරි ලීන් කියලා අපි ලීන් බොඩි එකක් කියලා කියන අපි කියනවා 6 පැක්ස් එහෙම තියෙනවා. නේ ලීන් බොඩි එක. සිහින් අනවශ්‍ය දේවල් නැහැ ඒකේ. මේ දේ නැහැ. අපි බොඩිය ලීන් බොඩිය එකක් ගත්තාම අපි කියන්නේ අනවශ්‍ය මේ දේ නැහැනේ. ඒ වගේ ලීන් ප්‍රොසෙස් එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ අනවශ්‍ය නාස්තින් අවම කරලා වැලි වැඩින් දේවල් තමයි ඒක ඇතුළේ තියෙන්නේ. එතකොට මේ concept එක ගොඩනගන්න ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රියල් එන්ජිනියර්ස්ලා ඒකේ ෆවුන්ඩර්ස්ලා ටොයෝටාගේ ෆවුන්ඩර්ස්ලා ඒකේ second generation to third generation ඔය වගේ ගණනාවක් කට්ටිය ඉන්වෝල් වුණා. මම ඒව ගැන පස්සේ කතා කරනවා අපේ ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එකේදී. නමුත් සරලවම ගත්තොත් මේ ටොයෝටා ප්‍රොඩක්ෂන් සිස්ටම් එක කියන්නේ ඔයාලට කොයින් කරන්න පුළුවන් lean in a nutshell. ඕකේ? ඒතර මේ ටොයෝටා සමාගමේ මේ ක්‍රමවේදය හරහා සෙකන්ඩ් වෝල් වර්කින් පල්ලෙහාට වැඩිච්ච රටක් වෙච්ච ජපානය ඉතාමත් කෙටි කාලෙකින් මේ වගේ ක්‍රමවේදයන් හරහා මෙයාලා මොකද මෙයාලා ටොයෝටා සමාගම මේවා ප්‍රැක්ටිස් කරනකොට අනිත් සමාගමුත් මේවා ස්ටඩි කරන්න පටන් ගත්තා. ජපානයේ. ඒ වගේ ක්‍රමවේදයන් හරහා ඒගොල්ලන්ට පුළුවන්කම ලැබුණා ඉතාමත් ශීඝ්‍රයෙන් ඒ රට දියුණු කරන්න. ලෝකයේ දෙවනි බලවත්ම ආර්ථිකය බවට පත් වෙලා තිබේ ජපානය. මම හිතන්නේ දැන් මේ වෙනකොට තුන්වෙනි ස්ථානට වගේ වැටලා තියෙනවා 3 හෝ 4. එතකොට මොකද චයිනාගේ ආගමනත් එක චයිනා කියන කන්ට්‍රි එකේ ආගමනත් එක නමුත් ජපානයේ අර වගේ සෙකන්ඩ් වෝල් වර්කින් ඉතාමත් දැඩි පසුබෑමකට ලක් වෙලා නමුත් එතනින් පස්සේ අවුරුදු 40ක වගේ කාලයක් ඇතුළත ඉතාමත් ශීඝ්‍ර වර්ධනයක් අත් කරගන්නේ මේ වගේ සංකල්ප සහ ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ තිබ්බ ඩිසිප්ලින් එක හරහා. ඕකේ? සෝ ටොයෝටා සමාගමේ සයිස් එක නැත්තම් ඒකේ ආදායම් ධාරිතාවය අරන් බැලුවොත් එහෙනම් මේ වෙනකොට ඔයාලා නිකන් සර්ච් කරලා බලන්න මට මතකද නිකන් බිලියන 300කට වගේ කිට්ටු වෙන්න ප්‍රමාණයකට ලං වෙලා ඇති මේ වෙනකොට. US ඩොලර්ස් බිලියන 300කට වගේ ආසන්න ප්‍රමාණයට ලං වෙලා ඇති. ඒ කියන්නේ ලංකාවේ ආර්ථිකය ගත්තොත් එimhe ලංකාවේ ආර්ථික සාමාන්‍යයෙන් බිලියන 80ක් කියලා අපි කතා කරන්නේ. හරි? දල ජාතික නිෂ්පාදනය GDP එක. ඒතොර ඒ වගේ 3 ගුණයක් වෙනවා ටොයෝටා සමාගම ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ වාර්ෂික ආදායම. ඒතොර ඔයාලට හිතා ගන්න පුළුවන් කොච්චර ලොකුයිද ඒක නිෂ්පාදන ආර්ථිකයක් විතර ගත්තට පස්සේ. ඒ ඒකකය, ඒ කම්පැනි එක විතරක්. So world largest automobile maker. ඉතින් මම එතනින් එන්නම් දැන් මේ ටොයෝටා එකේ මේ කතා කරන පද්ධතිය තුල හරි ලස්සන සංකල්ප පහක් මෙයාලා ප්‍රැක්ටිස් කරනවා. එකක් තමයි මුලින්ම එයාලා හදන ඕනෑම පද්ධතියක් ඕනෑම process එකක එයාලා බලනවා මොකද්ද අපි මේ process එක ගැන කතා කරන්න කලින් අපි ජෙනරේට් කරන්න හදන value එක මොකද්ද? අපි කස්ටමර් කෙනෙක්ට කාර් එකක් දෙන්න යන්නේ. මොකද්ද මේ කාර් එකේ අපි දෙන්න හදන value එක? value එක කියලා මීන් කරන්නේ අපි කස්ටමර්ට හොඳ reliability එකක් දෙන්න ඕනේ. කස්ටමර්ට හොඳ convenience එකක් දෙන්න ඕනේ. හොඳ අඩු මුදලකට මේක අපි ලබා දෙන්න ඕනේ. ස්පෙයා පාර්ට්ස් චීප් වෙන්න ඕනේ. අන්න අපි වැලියු එකක් ඩිෆයින් කරනවා. මෙන්න මේක තමයි කස්ටමර් දකින්න වැලියු එක. ටොයෝටා වාහනයක දකින්න වැලියු එක මේකයි. අන්න වැලියු එක අපි ඩිෆයින් කරගත්තා. ඊට පස්සේ ඒ වැලියු එක ඩිලිවර් කරන්න පද්ධතිය සකස් කරගන්නවා. ප්‍රොසෙසස් ටික හදා ගන්නවා. අපි ඒකට කියනවා වැලියු ස්ට්‍රීම් මැපින් කියලා. ඊට පස්සේ කරන්නේ ඒ වැලියු ස්ට්‍රීම් මැප් එක හදලා ඉවරලා ඒක හරහා මැටීරියල් ඉන්ෆෝමේෂන් මෑන් ඒ අවශ්‍ය කරන දේවල් හරියාකාරයෙන් ගමන් කරන්න. ඒවා කිසිම ස්ටොපේජස් නැතුව මග නතර වීම නැතුව ගමන් කරන්න අවශ්‍ය කරන ක්‍රමවේදය සකස් කරගන්නවා. හරි අතරමැද අපිට ඕන විදිහට ඒකට නිෂ්පාදන කට්ටිය හදනවා හොෝගාලා නිෂ්පාදනය. හැබැයි සේල්ස් කණ්ඩායම හරියාකාරයෙන් සේල්ස් කරන්නේ නැහැ. එතකොට මොකද වෙන්නේ? නිෂ්පාදනය කරපු වාහන ටික එකතු වෙනවා. එහෙම වුණාම අපේ සල්ලි එතන හිර වෙනවා. එහෙම වෙන්නේ නැති වෙන ක්‍රමවේදයක් තමයි ටොයෝටා සමාගම හදාගෙන තියෙන්නේ. එයාලා ඕඩර් එක ආවට පස්සේ ඕඩර් එකත් එක්ක හරියට ඕඩර් එක ප්‍රොසෙස් කරන ක්‍රමවේදයක් හදන් තියෙනවා. ඒකට අපි කියනවා අද just in time කියලා. හරි ඒ වෙලාවේ නිෂ්පාදනය කරනවා. ඉතින් ඒ වගේ හරි efficient ක්‍රමවේද වලට ගිහිල්ලා තියෙනවා නිෂ්පාදන කටයුතු වලට. ඊට පස්සේ එයාලා හැම වෙලේම ක්‍රියාත්මක කරපු දෙයක් තමයි මේ pull mechanism එක කියන එක. අපි ඒවා ඉගෙන ගන්නවා ඉස්සරහට මේ පද්ධතිය තුලදී. ඊළඟට අන්තිම ස්ටෙප් එක තමයි work towards perfection කියන එක. හැම වෙලේම එයාලා මේ continuous improvement කියන එක හැම වෙලේම improve කරන්න බලනවා. පුංචි දේවල් කරලා පුංචි දේවල්. මට තියන්නේ මේ ටොයෝටා සමාගම ඇතුලේ කතා කරන්නේ නැහැ ලොකු breakthrough improvements එකපාර. එයාලා believe කරන්නේ kaizens ගැන. එයාලා believe කරන්නේ small improvement. පොඩි steps, baby steps අරන් improve කරන්න. එතකොට තමයි long term improve කරන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්නේ කියලා. කාලයක් යනකොට සෑහෙන තැනකට මේක improve වෙලා එනවා. So that is their model. Okay? So that is called the work towards perfection. ඉතින් මේක යටතේ අපි කතා කරනවා 5S ඔයාලා ලීන් ඉගෙන ගන්නකොට මම මේ කතා කරලා තියෙන්නේ මේ ලීන් ඉගෙන ගන්නකොට ඔයාලා කතා කරන සංකල්ප ඔයාලා ඉගෙන ගන්න සංකල්ප වලින් කීපයක් විතරයි ඈ මේවා එක්සැම්පල්ස් උත් එක්ක ප්‍රැක්ටිකල් සිනාරියෝස් උත් එක්ක ඔයාලට එක්ස්ප්ලেইন කරන්න අපි කොහොමද කරලා තියෙන්නේ කොහොමද ඒවා ලංකාවේ ක්‍රමයේ ලංකාවේ ආයතන වලට ඉම්ප්ලිමන්ට් කරනකොට do's and don'ts මොනවද වැරදි දේවල් මොනවද මේවා ඉම්ප්ලිමන්ට් කරනවා කියලා 5S වල අපි අද කතා කරන දේවල් ගොඩාක් වැරදි තියෙනවා මොනවද මේ වැරදි දේවල් අපි ඔක්කොම කතා කරනවා 5S 7 ways value stream mapping Kaizen, Kanban system, SIPOC analysis, Jidoka ඔය ඔක්කොම අපි ඉස්සරහට කතා කරනවා. හරි? ඔය මං කිව්වේ කීපයක් විතරයි. දැන් white belt, yellow belt, green belt, black belt වගේ එක එක levels වලට යනකොට අපි කතා කරන concepts ප්‍රමාණය වැඩි වෙනවා. සහ ඒ වගේ තියෙන සංකීර්ණතාවයත් වැඩි වෙනවා. දැන් ඔය කතා කරේ lean ගැන. Now I am coming to Six Sigma. මේක the lean very conceptual and it's very fascinating and it gives results in a very long, you can look at lean in a very long term perspective. මොකද ඒකේ කතා කරන්නේ කෙලිම organization එක change කරන විදිය, කොහොමද අපි layout වෙනස් කරන්නේ, මිනිසුන්ගේ thinking වෙනස් කරන්නේ කොහොමද, වැරදීම් නාස්තීන් කියන එක දකින්න පටන් ගන්නෙ කොහොමද, ඔය වගේ very transformational program එක. right? ඉස්සෙල්ලා knowledge එක අරගෙන ඊට පස්සේ ඔයාලට transformational programs ඔයාලගේ ආයතන වල drive කරන්න පුළුවන්. Six Sigma ගත්තොත් එහෙම Six Sigma ඊට වඩා පොඩ්ඩක් වෙනස්. Six Sigma කියන්නේ හරි clearly මේ statistics driven approach එකක්. දැන් මෙතන ඉන්න පුළුවන් අපේ ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස්ලා සමහර කට්ටිය ගණිතයට එහෙම එච්චර කැමති නැති කට්ටිය. හරි? සාමාන්‍ය ගණිතය ගත්තට පස්සේ ගොඩාක් අය කැමති නෑනේ ගණිතය කියන එකට. සාමාන්‍යව එන්ජිනියරින් කරපු කට්ටිය නේද? සයන්ස් ස්ටුඩන්ට්ස්ලා වගේ පොඩ්ඩක් ගණන් වලට කැමති. සයන්ස් කට්ටියත් ගොඩාක්ම කැමති. සමහරවල් ඒකනේ ෆිසික්ස් එහෙම අයින් කරලා ඔය අනිකුත් සබ්ජෙක්ට්ස් තෝරගන්නේ මේ A levels කරනකොට. හැබැයි බය වෙන්න එපා. මෙතන මේ ස්ටැටිස්ටික්ස් හරි ඉන්ටරෙස්ටිං ස්ටැටිස්ටික්ස් තියෙන්නේ. මොකද මේක අපි කතා කරන්නේ මේ අර සමීකරණ ලියලා කුලකයන් හදලා හරි ඒ කුලක ඇතුලේ මොනවද දෙන්නේ එහෙම අපි ගණනය කිරින් නෙමෙයි මෙතන ඉගෙන ගන්න. මේකේ ඔයා ඉගෙන ගන්න ඇත්තටම ඔයාලා විශ්වවිද්‍යාලවල හා ඉස්කෝලේ කාලේ හා සමහරට වැඩ කරන ස්ථානවල ඉගෙනගත්ත සංඛ්‍යානය පාවිච්චි කරලා ප්‍රශ්න විසඳන්නේ කොහොමද කියන එක. very practical. මේකට support කරන්න අපි පාවිච්චි කරන very powerful statistical application එකක්. ඒක ඔයාලට freely හම්බ වෙන මේ program එකත් එක්ක අපි ඒකට කියනවා Minitab කියලා. Minitab program එක. right? so Minitab program එක. so ඒකත් ඔයාලට freely හම්බ වෙනවා. එතකොට මේ Minitab program එකත් එක්ක ඔයාලට Six Sigma කියන සංකල්පය හරියාකාරයෙන් ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන්න අවශ්‍ය කරන සහයෝගය අපි ලබා දෙනවා මේ ප්‍රෝග්‍රෑම් එක හරහා. ඒ වගේම තමයි ප්‍රොජෙක්ට්ස් කරන්න අවශ්‍ය කරන සහයෝගයත් අපි ලබා දෙනවා. රයිට්, මේ වීඩියෝ එක පොඩ්ඩක් මම ඔයාලට ෂෙයා කරනවා. මේ වීඩියෝ එක බලලා අපි තව ස්ලයිඩ්ස් කීපයක් වගේ තියෙන. එතනින් පස්සේ අපි වැඩසටහන අවසానයි. so මම මේ වීඩියෝ එක ඔයාලට පොඩ්ඩක් ප්ලේ කරන්න චූටි අදහසක් ගන්න.
We all get stuck. We try to make improvements to our products, our processes, our services, but we fail because we are clueless as to the key factors that drive performance. So, how do we get unstuck? What tools and techniques can we use to improve our performance? The answer is Six Sigma. Hi, I'm Dr. Richard Chua. I'm a certified Six Sigma Master Black Belt trainer, consultant, author, and professor. In this course, I will share with you the key concepts of Six Sigma. We will cover the 5 phases of a Six Sigma project: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. We'll examine the roles of executives, champions, and the different belts, and how to select the right projects for Six Sigma. By understanding and implementing Six Sigma correctly, you can improve the performance of your business processes, products, or services, and add a huge financial impact to the bottom line. So, let's get started.
so මම හිතන්නේ මෙන්න මේ ස්ලයිඩ් එකත් එක්ක ඔයාලට ගොඩාක් හොඳ ඉන්ට්‍රස්ට් එකක් එයි. ඇයි මේ Six Sigma කියන එක මෙච්චර ප්‍රචලිත වෙන්න හේතුව කියන එක. මම කිව්වා ලීන් කියන සංකල්පය පටන් ගන්නේ ටොයටා සමාගමත් එක්ක. ටොයටා සමාගම තියෙන ජපානයේ. එතකොට මේ Six Sigma කියන එක ඉවෝල්ව් වෙන්නේ ලෝකේ වෙනස්ම පැත්තක. ඒ තමයි ඇමරිකාවේ. right? මේක පටන් ගන්නේ මෝටරෝලා සමාගමේ ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රියල් එන්ජිනියරින් හිටියා බිල් ස්මිත් කියලා මහත්මයෙක්. ඉන්ඩස්ට්‍රියල් එන්ජිනියර් කෙනෙක්. එයාත් එක්ක තමයි මේ සංකල්පය ඩෙවලොප් වෙන්නේ. අපි කියන එයා තමයි father of Six Sigma කියලා. right? ඒකට හේතුවක් උනේ මෝටරෝලා සමාගම කියන්නේ ඔයාලා දන්නවා ඉස්සෙල්ලා මතකද මෝටරෝලා කියන්නේ අපි සෙල්ෆෝන් කියලා අපි කතා කරේ. මම දන්නේ ඔයාලා පොඩිත් දන්නේ නැහැ ඒ වෙනකොට. මම කතා කරන්නේ 1990s වල. අපිට ඒ දවස්වල සෙල්ෆෝන් කියලා තිබ්බේ හෙන්න ලොකුද. මට I'm 41 years old now. so ඒ දවස්වල සෙල්ෆෝන් කියලා අපිට සෙල්ෆෝන් තිබුණේ මොකද ඒවා හෙන ගණන් ඒ දවස්වල. so ලොකු ෆෝන් එකක් තිබ්බි. ඉතින් ඒක ඇත්තටම ඒ දවස්වල ආවේ මෝටරෝලාගේ. ඒතර මේ සෙල්ෆෝන් කියන කතන්දරය ඇත්තටම ඉන්ට්‍රොඩියුස් කරන්න පටන් ගත්තේ මෝටරෝලා. එතකොට ඉනිෂියල් මෙයාලගේ මේ ප්‍රොසෙසස් ටික හදාගෙන යා ගිහිල්ලා මෙයා නිෂ්පාදන කටයුතු පටන් ගන්නකොට පටන් අරන් යනකොට මෙයාලා තියෙනවා මෙයාලා සෑහෙන ඩිෆෙක්ට්ස් හැදෙනවා කියලා මෙයාලගේ ප්‍රොසෙස් එකේ. ක්වොලිටි එක ගන්නම දෙයක් නැහැ. හැබැයි අපිට ඒක පෙවුන්නේ නැහැ. නේද? අපිට ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එක එනකොට අපිට ක්වොලිටි ඩිෆෙක්ට්ස් පේන්නේ නැහැ නේ. ඒකට හේතුව තමයි එයාලා ඉන්ටර්නල් ලොකු ටීම් එකක් දාලා ඉවරලා මේ ක්වොලිටි ඩිෆෙක්ට්ස් කරෙක්ට් කරනවා. ඒකට ගිහිල්ලා තිබ්බ වියදම අරන් බැලුවොත් එහෙම සාමාන්‍ය $600 million annually. ඒ දවස්වල 600 million US අපි දැන් කතා කරන අපි තෙල් නැවක් එමෙ $35 million ලංකාවට. හරි. එතකොට මේ කතා කරන්නේ $600 million I'm talking about another 30-40 years ago or even more than that. So imagine the cost of that. So what they did was, so Bill Smith actually came forward, step forward and try to figure out how these defects are being created. And then he came up with a nice model called the Six Sigma, where it gives sort of statistical guidance to quantify the defects, identify where the problems are happening, identify the correlations between the variables, and thereby how to reduce or at least to focus on areas where they need to focus. By doing that, they could improve their processes dramatically. And then this became like a very important, very interesting concept, practically proven across Motorola companies, Motorola factories. And then the other companies started adapting the same concept. And it moved to many companies, Texas Instruments, Asia Brown Brewery. So, ඔයාලා බැලුවොත් ඔය Asia Brown Brewery කියන්නේ ABB. ඔයාලා search කරලා බලන්න මේ වෙලාව ඔන්න type කරලා බලන්න ABB කියන්නේ ලෝකේ තියෙන one of the best the sensors and the high-tech equipment හදන companies. So they grew to that level. You might have heard about General Electric, right? Sir Thomas Alva Edison ki company එක. General Electric, America වල. So they also adapted Six Sigma. Nokia got wiped out from the market because of their the strategy. The Bombardier, Seabay, the Lockheed Martin. So you know about Lockheed Martin, right? So මේ දවස්වල ඉරාන් වලට ගහනකොට Lockheed Martin engines තමයි වැඩ කරන්නේ, right? The Sony, Polaroid, Avery, Shimano, Crane, the Amex, Ford, obviously you know about Ford, DuPont, Bank of America. So likewise, මේක ඇමරිකාවල සෑහෙන famous වෙන්න පටන් ගත්තා. ඊට පස්සේ මේ concept එක අනිත් රටවල් වලට penetrate වෙන්න පටන් ගත්තා. So ලංකාවේ ගත්තොත් එහෙම ලංකාවේ දැන්ට companies ගණනාවක මේක ක්‍රියාත්මක. හැබැයි මම විශේෂයෙන් මතක් කරන්න ඕනේ මගේ research එක තරමට දැනගන්න ලැබිච්ච දෙයක් තමයි ලංකාවේ ඇතුලේ Six Sigma penetration එක හරි weak. අපේ ලංකාවේ lean penetration එක is quite okay, at least in the apparel sector. But when it comes to Six Sigma penetration and the knowledge is very low. So which is very unfortunate because Six Sigma actually helps you a lot in terms of reducing defects. So this is where the opportunity comes for you guys, right? Opportunity comes for you guys where after learning these concepts, you can actually, become kind of, masters in the industry because not many people knows about it. I can count only handful of companies which has gone into Six Sigma. I can speak about the companies that I have worked for and also the companies that I have my friends working for. But I don't think many companies in Sri Lanka actually practices the concepts of under Lean Six Sigma, under the Six Sigma part. Lean, of course, in the apparel sector, especially with the Brandix and MAs, they predominantly practices it, but not the Six Sigma part. Okay, so you have very good opportunity. Not many people knows about it, and you can become really exceptional set of professionals if you really learn and start applying. Remember the word, start applying. Not word, two words. Start applying. You need to start practicing this. Otherwise, there's no point. Okay? Right. So, in a nutshell, Six Sigma helps you reducing cost by reducing defects. Millions of rupees will be saved. Say, for example, if you take this Texas Instrument business case, they were having wastage around 3 million earlier, but after Six Sigma implementation, it has come down to 0.3. So 10 times it has gone down. You can understand the amount of money they are saving. Okay? So same is applied to, all across the companies, all across the world. Right? Right. Now, With that, I think there's another video to be played, but I'm going to skip it for the interest of time. So basically, the Six Sigma part addresses all the quality related issues, defect related issues, identify where the issues are happening, the defects are happening, and finally reduces the overall defects in the processes, and thereby get to a very low defect level, which we call 3.4 million, 3.4 defects per millions of opportunities. So to put it in a very simple form, don't take it in literal form, but put it in a very simple form. බහන්ඩ මිලියන නිෂ්පාදනය කරනකොට ඒකෙන් 3.4ක් වගේ තමයි නාස්ති වෙන එහෙනම් නරක නැත්නම් දෝෂ සහගත නිෂ්පාදන බවට පත් වෙන්නේ මේ විදියට 6 සිග්මා පාවිච්චි කරලා කියලා ඔයාලගේ process එක redefine කරගෙන හදාගත්තොත්. දැනට ඔයාලට පුළුවන් ඔයාලා සරලවම ඔයාලගේ වැඩ කරන ස්ථානවල දවසකට shift එකකට කොච්චර දෝෂ සහගත නිෂ්පාදන අයින් කරන්න නිෂ්පාදනය වෙනවද කියලා බලන්න. දවසට නිෂ්පාදනය කරන ප්‍රමාණය ගන්න කොච්චර දවසට අයින් කරන්න උනවද කියලා බලන්න. එතනින් ඔයාලට අදහසක් ගන්න පුළුවන් ඔයාලා මෙන්න මේ රේන්ජ් එකේ කොතනද පිහිටලා තියෙන්නේ කියලා. 100ක් මේ මිලියනයක් හදනකොට ලක්ෂ 3ක් අයින් කරනවාද? එහෙම වෙන්න බෑ. එහෙමනම් මේ වෙනකොට බිස්නස් එක වහන්න වෙලා. මිලියනයක් හදනකොට කෑලි 60000ක් 70000ක් වගේ අයින් කරන්න වෙලාද? මිලියනයක් හදනකොට කෑලි 6000ක් වගේ අයින් කරන්න වෙලාද? මිලියනයක් හදනකොට කෑලි 200ක් 233ක් වගේ අයින් කරන්න වෙලාද? මිලියනයක් හදනකොට 3.4 නැත්තම් ඒ වගේ රේන්ජ් එක කෑලි ප්‍රමාණයක්ද අපිට අයින් කරන්න වෙලා තියෙන්නේ දෝෂ සහගත නිෂ්පාදන හැටියට. Okay, so you can understand this is not easy. Getting the here is not easy. You need to get in here through Six Sigma. So we call them best in class processes. So 5 Sigma process එකක් 6 Sigma process එකක් කියලා කියන්නේ අපි basically best in class process. ඉතින් අපි ඔයාලට උගන්වන්න කොහොමද එතනට යන්න මේ tool එක පාවිච්චි කරන්න කියලා. කරලා ඔයාලගේ ආයතන වලට අවශ්‍ය කරන ප්‍රතිලාභය ලබා දෙන්න. Okay? So in a nutshell, Lean Six Sigma වල අපි Six Sigma part එක අරන් බැලුවොත් Six Sigma වලින් කරන්නේ ඔයාලගේ තියෙන variation එක අඩු කරනවා process එක. මේවා මොනවද කියන එක මොකද්ද මේ S කියන්නේ කොහොමද මේ අඩු කරගන්නේ අපි ඔක් කතා කරමු ඉස්සරහට. නමුත් සරලවම තේරුම් ගන්න මේ තියෙන ඔයාලට අපි ගත්තොත් distribution curve එකක්. හරි? ඒකේ variation එක අඩු කරනවා. variation අඩු කරනවා කියන්නේ වෙනස් වීම පුළුවන් තරම් අඩු කරනවා. වෙනස් වීම අඩු කරගත්ත තරමට පාලනය කරන්න ලේසි. වෙනස් වීම වැඩි වෙන තරමට ඔයාලට පාලනය කරගන්න අමාරුයි. අපි කරන්න හදන්නේ මේ 6 Sigma fundamentals පාවිච්චි කරලා process එක ඔයාගේ control එකට ගන්න. වෙනස් වෙන්න දෙන්නේ නැහැ. temperature හරි අගේ එක අගයක maintain කරගන්න බලනවා. pressure එක අගයක maintain කරගන්න බලනවා. ඒකට 6 Sigma knowledge එක පාවිච්චි කරලා changes කරන්න වෙනවා machines වල. mechanical changes, electrical changes, design changes. so ගොඩාක් මේක ඇතුලේ තියෙන කතන්දර ගොඩක් කතා කරන්න. හරි? ඉතින් එහෙම variation ගොඩාක්ම අඩු වෙච්ච process එකකට තමයි අපි කියන්නේ 6 Sigma process එකක් කියලා. okay? ඉතින් අපි ගත්තොත් ඔයාලා මේ planes වල එහෙම ගිහිලා තියෙනව නේද? ඔයාලා fly කරලා තියෙනවනේ. එතකොට මේ aircraft landing and take off process එක ගත්තොත් එහෙම ඒවා design කරලා තියෙන්නේ, ඒවා නිෂ්පාදනය කරලා තියෙන්නේ, ඒ processes හදලා තියෙන්නේ ඔය කියන ආකාරයක defects පුළුවන් තරම් minimize කරලා zero කරන්න. ඒකින්ද ඔයාලට safely බලාපොරොත්තු කියන්න පුළුවන් aircraft වල ඔය landing process එක take off process එක ගත්තොත් එහෙම 6 Sigma process එකක් කියලා. මොකද දවසකට ගත්තොත් මං හිතන්නේ මිලියන ගානක ටේක් ඔෆ් සෝරි දවසකට නෙමෙයි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ගත්තොත් ලෑන්ඩින් and take off දවසකට කරනවා. දවසකට ගත්තා මිලියන ගානක් වෙනවා. නමුත් ඔයාලට ඇහෙන්න වෙන්නේ නැහැ දවස ගානේ ප්ලේන් කඩන් වැටෙනවා. නැත්තම් ප්ලේන් ලෑන්ඩ් කරනකොටයි ටේක් ඔෆ් කරනකොටයි මොන හරි ප්‍රශ්න වෙනවා. එහෙම වුණත් වෙන්නේ මිලියන මං හිතන්නේ 10ක් 15ක් ගිහිල්ලා ඔන්න එක ඉන්සිඩන්ට් එකක් වාර්තා වෙනවා. ඉතින් ඔයාලා අරන් බැලුවොත් එහෙම ඔයාලා තේරුම් ගන්න ඕනේ ඒ processes highly efficiently design වෙලා තියෙනවා. processes ටික highly efficiently design වෙලා තියෙනවා defects නැතුව යන්න landing එක කරනකොට හරියට රෝද ටික හරි වෙලාවේදී එළියට එන්න ඕනේ. එහෙම නාවොත් එහෙම accidents වෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඒකින්ද තමයි aircraft කියන safest travel mode කියලා අද වෙනකොට කියන්නේ. surgery එක. ඔයාලා හිතන්නේ brain surgery එකක් කරනවා කියලා. so the neurosurgeon that entire process surgery කරන process එක it has to be a 6 Sigma process. නැත්තම් ඔයා හිතන්නේ surgeon ලා මේ patient ලා 1000ක් කරනකොට patient ලා 300ක් මැරෙනවනම් ඒ process එක එහෙම surgeon කෙනෙක්ට කවුරුත් යන්නේ නැහැ. එහෙම hospital එකට යන්නේ නැහැ. ඒකින්ද hospitals වල මේ process design කරගන්න වෙනවා 6 Sigma processes විදියට. Right? So I'm just highlighting the industry importance of 6 Sigma. එතකොට මේ 6 Sigma වල තියෙනවා එක එක levels. yellow belt, green belt, green belt, black belt ආකාරයට. highest level එක තමයි අපි කියන්නේ black belt කියලා. එතකොට ඔයාලට යන්න පුළුවන් highest accreditation තමයි මේ වෙලාවේ black belt. ඊට පස්සේ black belt එක අරගෙන අපිට master black belt කියලා එකට යන්න පුළුවන්. නමුත් initial ඔයාලට යන්න පුළුවන් එක තමයි black belt එක. පටන් ගන්න තියෙන yellow belt වලින් අපේ course module එකේ පටන් ගන්න yellow belt එකෙන්. අපේ white belt කරන අපි එක කරන්නේ ගොඩාක් university student ලට විතරයි. ඊළඟට yellow belt එක, green belt එක, black belt එක. හරි? the simple problem solving අපි කරන්නේ ගොඩාක් training programs විතර companies වල ගිහිල්ලා. එතකොට ඔයාලට yellow belt වලින් පටන් ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඊට පස්සේ ඔයාලට green වලට යන්න පුළුවන්, black වලට යන්න පුළුවන්. ඉතින් මම recommend කරනවා මේ තුනම එක්ක කරන්න. නැත්තම් කෙලින්ම black එකටම එකපාර sign up වෙන්න green and black වලට. මොකද මේ වෙනකොට ඔයා green කරනකොට yellow එක කව වෙනවා. black එක කරනකොට yellow එකයි green එක දෙකම කව වෙනවා. Right? So I think better to go for the best option and get your accreditation right away. But it's going to be tough, huh? You have to sit for the exam, projects කරන්න ඕනේ. ඉතින් එහෙම පොඩි කතන්දර ටිකක් තියෙනවා. Right. අපි මේ 6 sigma එක ගත්තට පස්සේ ඒක project management approach එකකුත් මේකේ තියෙනවා. ඒ කියන්නේ projects තමයි මේකේ ක්‍රියාත්මක කරන්නේ. මම අර කියවනේ මේ 6 sigma ඉගෙන ගත්තට නෑ. නිකන් පොතක තියලා වහලා certificate එක වහලා තියන්න බෑ. මේකෙන් projects වෙන්න ඕනේ. projects වෙන්න නම් project management approach එකක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. project management framework එකක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. එතකොට මේකේ projects කරන framework එකට අපි කියනවා DMAC කියලා. ඔයාලා අන්නේ project management framework එක ඉගෙන ගන්නවා. ඔයාලා සමහරවිට අහලා ඇති PMI කියලා ඉන්ස්ටිටියුට් එකක් USA වල තියෙන. project management practitioner කියලා PMP කියලා certification එකක් තියෙනවා. ඒ certification එක වගේ ඒකේ තියෙන තනිකර project management පැත්ත ගැන. ඒතකොට ඒ වගේ මේ Lean Six Sigma domain එකේ projects manage වෙන්නේ මේ කියන DMAC කියන framework එක හරහා. This is managed through the DMAC framework. So you are learning that project management approach also through this program. So you are going through the total DMAC process. How to manage a project. What we're going to do first. What we're going to do next. How we are going to measure data. How we are going to analyze data in these projects. How we are going to come up with improvement solutions. And how we are going to sustain our solutions under control phase. So likewise, you are going to learn this entire process. We call it the diagnostic journey as well as improvement journey. And both put together, we call it the DMAC framework. Okay. So students, that's all what I have to share today. I think we have taken a little more time than what we expected. That's okay. I hope you all, you were there throughout the session. I'm really happy to see this number of students who are still in the introductory session. That means, you are very keen to know how this process works, what Lean Six Sigma is all about. Now I'm going to answer a few questions that you have already raised, and let me take you through one by one, but feel free to send your questions to me. I'll answer as and when, time permits, I'll be able to answer whatever the questions that you throw at me. Okay. So, so there is a question from, very interesting question. So, I have started a business related to cosmetics and food. Yeah. Okay. I have a question from someone. Very good to hear a voice. Yes, please go ahead.
I am Srinit. I want to clarify something regarding this program.
All right.
Actually, what is the difference between the Lean Green Belt and the Six Sigma Green Belt?
Okay, so two different programs. Lean Green Belt will be focusing only on lean, the concepts. If it is Six Sigma Green Belt, it will be focusing only on Six Sigma framework. Six Sigma, the concepts which comes under the Green Belt body of knowledge. So we don't do Lean Green separately, Six Sigma Green separately. We put both of them together and we offer as a combined program. Lean Six Sigma Green Belt. Okay? So where you learn everything together.
Yes, good. Thank you. Because I completed the Lean Green Belt.
All right, fantastic.
Because it is another thing I want to clarify, because of you already mentioned the Lean, the VSM. VSM is essential thing for, I think, improving the process.
Correct.
And I think the Lean Six Sigma is actually improving the quality of the production and process, I think. How to actually apply the 8-step or problem solving in this concept, I think I want to clarify.
So basically, Kobetsu Kaizen model is not what we are going to do here. So 8D, you have different types of, problem solving models. So you have 8D, right? So you have A3 model. So there are different types of problem solving models. So those are very smaller problem solving approaches. Okay.
Right.
So which predominantly practice under lean. Okay. Here it's going to be more detailed, Srinith. So the lean problem solving that I said, it's more at a conceptual level. It's a very small, not statistics based, using a lot of your intuition, problem solving, day-to-day problem solving knowledge being used in the lean problem solving. But when it comes to Six Sigma, it's going to be pure stat. It's going to be more statistics driven. Okay. We don't take decisions by using a 5i or a fishbone or the cause and effect diagrams and whatnot, affinity diagrams and all these things. Those are soft tools. But here we're going to use statistics. We're going to use the Minitab. We're going to use the design of experiments. We're going to use the ANOVA, regression analysis, multiple linear, the simple linear regression models. So it's going to be so many of, statistical evaluations, the interpretations that we're going to come up with in order to solve our problems. Okay, that's a big difference.
Okay, thank you very much. I want to another one to clarify.
Yeah.
Actually, the duration of this yellow belt and green belt and
all right. So clearly, to speak about the duration, so yellow belt will be in 4 weeks. Done will in 4 weeks. So our classes are on weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. Saturdays and Sundays, 5:30 p.m. to 10 o'clock. You will have break in between to have your dinner. Basically, we are covering 4 hours per day and 8 hours per week. So within 4 weeks, that means within 32 hours, which is the requirement under body of knowledge of ILSSI. So we complete the yellow belt so that within 1 month time, you will be done with your yellow belt. And then we have 64 hours program for the green belt. That means 2 months for the green belt. And for the black belt, it will be 3 months. Okay. So all covered using both online sessions as well as on-site sessions. You will have physical classes. You will have simulation-based learning.
Is it on weekends, no?
All on weekends. And the physical day, it will be a full day program. Mostly on Sundays. Okay.
Right. Okay. Finally, I want to clarify the cost of the separate programs. Yeah.
So Srinith, that you have to reach out to Skillgate. So I'm not going to talk about the pricing in this program forum. So you can definitely reach out to them because prices actually varying based on program to program. So I'm basically a trainer of the institute.
Right. Okay.
So definitely
it's better
you
to share to the WhatsApp group both.
Definitely, all the information you can Srinith, you will get right away. Yeah, you will get
Thank
right.
you very much. I got it. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Srinith. Thanks a lot. Valuable questions. Really appreciate it. Well done. So coming to a few questions the other students have raised. Business related cosmetics and food. I have planned to launch my undergraduate research outcome under this brand. Carbonate beverage product. Wow, nice. So I did my research in carbonate soft drinks. So I did the carbonate Nelly drink. So in future, I will launch different product related to that. So can I use this knowledge? Fantastic, obviously. So I'll tell you what you can use here. We have something called design of experiments. It's not the experiment that you do in your undergraduate research, right? How do you do your undergraduate research? You take some ingredients, you do some research, you put some ingredients into it, you taste it. Oh, this looks good. Oh, this doesn't look good. So I need to put more sugar, more ingredient and see how it tastes. And then put more carbonation into it. So that's how you do, right? We call it trial and error. But you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. That's a one way of doing it. So in Six Sigma, you have a model called design of experiments, statistical modeling system. You feed in your factors, you feed in your high levels and the low level values, and then the system gives you, okay, these are the parameters that you have to run your test. And then you do your experiment. And you can come up with a very nice combination of your parameters to get the optimum output of your product. Okay. So pretty much going to be helpful. Okay. So, all right. So as I expected, so I'm planning to fly abroad. Is certificate valid international? I think Anita explained that. Yeah. So this is, you can just go to ILSSI. We invite you to go and, see for yourselves, which is more important rather than hearing from us, which you already heard from us. Yes, it is valid even in Australia and in other countries, because all these countries, they have their practitioners and these companies are there. ILSSI branches there in Australia as well, in UK as well, in Sri Lanka as well. So likewise, wherever they have this certification, they are promoting this certificate in those countries. So it's going to get recognized. And if you take IASSC, like that is the certificate. You can just go to AI, type IASSC, see the credibility of IASSC, right? So basically IASSC, International Association for Six Sigma Certification. That is the certification that you can find in ISSC domain, in Lean Six Sigma domain, along with ISQ. And I'm a certified trainer, black belt from ISSC. So that's the credibility I hold. So Shanik asked, great to hear. I'm from IT background as well. So you have worked as IT in an IT background. Probably you might have come across the Kanban system in your project management then. Yeah. So so I wonder how transfer the lean. So I think lean will be more applicable, to be very honest with you. Okay, Shanik. So for you, the lean is more applicable because you are not working with too much of data. Yeah, you are working with codes, which is not actually can be transferred to statistics. So I would say lean is more applicable for you to redesign the flows, redesign the way you are doing your sprints, and the way the workflow being arranged. I think it's going to be massive. Yeah, so it's going to come in handy for you in terms of lean.
Right. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So apit final exam pass mark madhunot apita. Yeah, of course. You will have a retake opportunity, but not infinite number of retake opportunities. I mean, we don't charge. Yeah, we don't charge at all. I will tell you that. So we are not that. I mean, I invite you to do a sense check our rates. I mean, the whole reason why our pricing is so fair, we all are working professionals. Everyone in our company, they work somewhere else. So this is not our primary income source. So we don't want to make a big living out of these things. We want to share the knowledge because that actually is my life. Say, for example, if I have more Six Sigma practitioners coming to my company and working with me, I mean, I can drive my transformation work I'm doing at the moment at Finagle in a much more efficient way. So that's what I want. I think that's what every CEO, every practitioner wants. So that's the whole objective of Skillgate also, to share the knowledge in a very affordable way, so that more people gonna access this knowledge, and they're gonna transfer it to the other generations. Okay, so and pass mark Madhunot, you can sit for the exam again. Okay, definitely. So your exam is going to be LMS based, but for the green belt, it's going to be a physical exam. There will be invigilators. You can't use AI, right? So you can't use internet. You can, but it will be an open book exam. Open book exam. It's an open book exam. You can keep all my handouts with you, all the lecture notes with you. You can keep all the videos with you, no problem at all. But you can't access internet. You can't use AI. I mean, there are so many invigilators in the exam hall we are observing. So our exams are very strict to give you a perspective how critical we are, how watchful we are in terms of our quality of our education. That's why we went ahead and got the ISO certificate as well, because of our practices that we have. Right. So not any company doesn't, other companies, they don't have it. So the whole reason behind it is that we focus on processes. We are practitioners, so we want to focus on processes, having good processes. So don't worry about the quality of our education and then the exams, because we live up to that. And with that comes a greater challenge that you have to come to classes. 80% attendance going to be a strict criteria for you to sit for the exam. And especially, I've been very nice with you today, sharing my thoughts, and all these trainers are the same, I would say. You can call us a bit old Gen Y කියන්න පුළුවන්, අපි පොඩ්ඩක් වයසයි. ගොඩක් Gen Z කට්ටිය ඉන්නවා එන්න පුළුවන් මෙතන. Right? We are actually demanding your presence during the classes. So අපි ප්‍රශ්න අහනවා ළමයින්ගෙන්. උදාහරණයක් දැන් අරුණි නම්, Aruni, can you please unmute yourself and answer this question? And sometimes I say, Dimut, can you please share your screen and show to everyone? so that, basic, sometimes, let's say I want to take the entire class through a simulation on Minitab. Instead of me doing it, I tell Dimut, can you please share your Minitab screen? And then I'll guide you to follow certain steps and, do those, the Minitab simulations so that everyone can see. That we are doing just to see whether you're actually active in the class. Again, why we are doing this? Otherwise, you will not be able to pass the exam. We don't want you to fail the exam. We really want you to pass. And there are students who are falling, behind. And we feel sorry for these students, but we have been telling this to students. But our pass rate is really good, about 90-95%, pass rate is there. But I must tell you this in advance because we don't want to have any disappointments. I mean, even after this kind of, guidelines, if you still don't want to join, that's okay, because we want you to join with that understanding so that there won't be any, resentment between us. Yeah. And you feel that we really earned this certification, guys. We really earned this. And I invite you to go ahead and check with other institutes as well. Yeah. So that just to understand, whether we are doing something substandard by offering our products at a very affordable rate. So someone might feel like that, why we are not charging like 350,000, 400,000 like the other guys are doing. We don't want to do that. We don't want money in that way. We are well off with our current professions. So, but we are very strict with our quality. We don't want to change that. And we are continuously growing over the last 3 to 4 years, rapid growth. We started very recently, like 3-4 years ago. So yeah, we want to keep it keep that momentum going forward. Okay. Any other questions? Thawa මොන හරි ඔයාලට අහන්න ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද? I'm really happy to take these questions. මොන හරි තව clear කරගන්න? Exams will be MCQ base, huh? MCQ base. Any other questions, guys? මොන හරි ප්‍රශ්න සිංහලෙන් අහන්න කිසි ප්‍රශ්නයක් නැහැ. ඉංග්‍රීසි වලින් අහන්න කියලා නැහැ. මොකද sometimes there are some Tamil students. We don't want to be very unfair to them as well. So that's why we speak in mixed language. තව මොන හරි අහන්න ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද? Or else we can, wind up the session. All right. So I'm looking forward to meet you all in the coming weeks, guys. And feel free to, and not only that, this whole program entails support for your projects as well. Huh? We don't charge for that. For your projects, we support free of charge. We allocate our busy time, especially after working hours, obviously. So to teach all the 100 students, usually we get about nearly 80 to 100 students per batch. So whoever wants to do projects, we allocate our time. That's what we do, because I really love, coaching projects. That's one of my passions, actually. So I learn a lot about different industries through that process. For Lean Six Sigma Black Belt, do we need any industrial experience? Good if you have it. I guess, you are a university student, right? In that case, I recommend you to go to Green Belt. I don't go for Black because it will be a little bit difficult for you when it comes to project. For Black Belt, there is a project requirement. A project has to be completed in order to get the title of Certified Lean Six Sigma Black Belt. For Green Belt, there's no requirement like that under our criteria. This is for ISIRET. Okay. How Black Belt all the standard from the rest of the organization, how move forward here. So, just because you hold a Black Belt doesn't, stand out from the rest of the people just because you have the belt. Huh? So you have to go and do projects. It's like, yes, it's a professional qualification. People will respect that. But I do not, get to, say, for example, I'm a CEO. I recruit people. Just because you had a Black Belt, I don't get too fancy about it. But if you do projects using that knowledge and you help me solving problems, I'm telling you, you're going to, you don't need any other recommendations. You're going to stand out from the rest of the field because the knowledge that you carry with this program, right? The statistical knowledge, the things that you know how to analyze things, the trends. If you look at our entire curriculum, you will see, so many statistical simulational tools, the prediction models, the things that you're going to learn, and along with the lean part. Okay. So you're going to definitely stand out from the rest of the others, but you have to put your knowledge into work. You keep it in your pocket, you don't do anything. Well, I don't think that's going to help you. This is for Kavindya. Yeah. I hope you get the message. Pass mark is going to be 60. Yeah. So by the way, I sat for ILSSI exam, black belt exam, it's 70, 75. Sorry, 70. Yeah. So we have lowered it a bit because I need student to first catch up and then move to that level. Lean Six Sigma black belt, is it 3 months altogether? Yes, 3 months altogether. 3 months altogether. But at the same time, there is another option called the combine option. I recommend that to, most of you, because the combined option is that you sit for yellow belt, green belt, and black belt, all exams together as well. That's called the combined option. The benefit that you get is you get to sit for all the exams, and you will have certification separately, and you will have the mock exams, facilitation also separately. So that actually trains you a lot. So just getting black belt, you will have no access to sit for the yellow belt exam or the green belt exam. But if you take the combined model, where you will get sit for the exam of yellow belt and then the green belt and then the black belt also, and you will have a lot of simulation support, mock exam support from the LMS as well. So it's kind of practicing yourself, getting yourself geared up to be master in this particular domain. I think you will really feel that you're going to need it, right? But anyway, you can upgrade it to that level when you move along, and also you can just sign up for green belt and what they make then green belt right. I feel so interested about this subject, so I want to upgrade myself to now black belt. That also you can do along with the program. Okay. මම මගේ contact number එක දාන්නම්. ඕන කෙනෙක්ට පුළුවන් මට කතා කරන්න. හැබැයි මම office hours වලදී available නැහැ. මම සාමාන්‍යයෙන් available 7න් පස්සේ, because my generally working hours are like 8:30 to 6:30. So I usually work about 10-11 hours, let's say. So 6:30 වගේ වෙනකොට මම පොඩ්ඩක් free වෙයි. ඒ time එකට මට චුට්ටක් කලින් inform කරලා call එකක් දෙන්න. WhatsApp එකෙන් definitely you can reach me out, but also you can call me. I mean, there are no formalities requirement. So just call me. Just feel free, right? Nothing to worry. Any other questions? Good. Very good set of questions, guys.
Excuse me, sir. Can I ask
Yes.
a question from you?
Yes. Please go ahead.
Sir, I just talk about I'm going to start a business related to food and cosmetics.
Right.
Actually, sir, I want to know if I follow this program, what is suitable step for me? It means the yellow belt, green belt, or black belt?
So I would say, have you ever worked in industry?
Yes, actually, I'm the biosystem technology graduate from the University of Jayawardhanpura. And my focus area is the food processing technology. What happened after I graduated, I actually joined with the non-food related company.
Okay.
But I could get the promotions, and now I'm working as the operation manager in that place.
How many years you have the experience with that?
Yes, I have 2-year experience now.
2-year experience. Okay. So if you have 2 years experience, you can go for black belt straight away. That's not an issue at all. For your business process, I think definitely the lean part is going to be more important, because how to set up processes from the beginning, how to keep your structure very lean, because you're not going to have so much of overheads built in the first place from the beginning, so that your cost is going to be very high. So you need to have very efficient systems built at the start of your project. So I think you can start off the black belt. Why I asked you whether you have experience. If you don't have experience, then I would have recommended go for green. So I think you can go for a black, no problem at all. 2 years experience is more than enough, and you are at an operation manager's level. I think you, for sure, you might be having an understanding about how the operations work. So that is more or less good enough for you to get into the black belt level, and then apply that knowledge or translate that knowledge to your business operation, your own business operation. Okay.
Okay, so thank you very much, sir.
Okay, wish you all the best, by the way.